Hey guys, what's up 5 here with episode number 1 of the Leicester career mode. We are back. We haven't uploaded since February. We are back, and this is going to be a monumental career mode because this is going to be the final FIFA career mode ever on this channel. Obviously, we're changing to EAFC24 next, so it's no longer FIFA. So we wave goodbye to all the good FIFA career modes. And hopefully, soon we get some announcements. And hopefully, now that they've kind of switched into their own game, they're not kind of maybe dictated by FIFA slightly, we could get one of the best career modes we've ever had. But we're kicking this one off. We want to keep it kind of as realistic as possible. So we are selling on some of the players that would probably leave in real life. The likes of Ricardo Pereira, Iheanacho, Ndidi, who are accidentally sold to Southampton, who I kind of got relegated with us, but Amati going to Trabzonspor. So this career mode, I haven't done all the transfers because obviously not too many have actually even gone through, apart from maybe Jude Bellingham being kind of the major one. But other than that, nothing really has happened. So I've left transfers to themselves. I've just moved all of the English teams. I've put them in the correct league. Obviously, apart from Wrexham, who I could have probably put into League 2, but then I don't think I could have done Notts County or all those other teams. So, as we get into this one, we have just sold a few players. We've got Fabio Carvalho in on loan from Liverpool, which I think is a nice piece of business. And we're going to continue selling on some players, some key players, who, again, they're not going to stick around in the Championship. There's some key players that I think would. The likes of Jamie Vardy. He's kind of at an age where moving away from Leicester is not really a something he needs to do. He's 35. He's settled in Leicester. A move away would just kind of be a bit of a hindrance to him. But James Maddison, as I've done, Ricardo Pereira, Ndidi, Iheanacho, Harvey Barnes, Harvey Barnes, who has just scored against his former club West Brom to make it 1-0 in our first Championship game, in what could be his final Championship game. His kind of, well, not his first and only, but his final Championship game for us. But yeah, these are different kind of players. You know, they're young, they're just either entering their prime, they're yet to even hit their prime, they've still got all that potential locked up inside of them. So they want to move, they want to be playing European football and whatnot, so we let them do that. But yeah, Vardy, I thought Drewsbury Hall, he's young, but I think he come through the academy, so I want to keep him here. He'll be kind of the captain when Jamie Vardy's not the captain, or when Johnny Evans, very similar situation to Jamie Vardy. He's 34. He's getting up there. A move away would simply just be a bit of a hindrance to him. And I feel like he's settled here in Leicester. And he knows we'll probably bounce right back up into the Premier League. He doesn't mind. You know, he's coming to the end of his career. It's fine for him. But this game against West Brom, the first half, we were attacking really, really, really nicely. But what this game made me realise, I'm not the biggest fan of Patson Daka. Jamie Vardy up top, even though he's much older, he's probably 10 odd years older than Patson Daka. But yeah, he's built for the Championship. This type of striker, our prime Jamie Vardy. What a player he was. One of the best strikers the Premier League has ever seen. And he's going through on goal here. And a lovely finish to double our lead. And it's a Harvey Barnes assist. A Harvey Barnes goal on his one and only Championship game that he's going to have with us this season. Obviously, we accepted the offer from Porto, I believe it was, just before this game happened. So, you know, he's playing with emotions. He's playing very, very high on emotions. And it's putting in one hell of a performance. But yeah, this career mode, we want to keep it semi-realistic. Some of the players I think I've got lined up are pretty good. We are basically doing a complete rebuild of Leicester. We don't want this team to get relegated. And that's kind of what happened in real life. They kind of settled and they didn't replace Kasper Schmeichel. They kind of relied maybe too heavily on a James Maddison, Harvey Barnes carry job, and yeah, they just kind of didn't replace key players like Wesley Fofana, one of the great centre backs they've had over the past few years. They didn't really replace him too much. Johnny Evans, one of probably their best centre back since they won the league, I would say maybe. He's been injured a lot, and it's just been unfortunate for them. But we do kick off our championship season with a 3-0 victory over one of our former Carumo teams, West Brom. And we can see there Castaña's gone. He is going to play in La Liga for Real Betis. And you can see here me and my assistant manager walking Harvey Barnes on his final day at the club. He's been here for so long. But unfortunately, he's going to go for a nice little trip to Portugal for Porto, a really nice team. And it's nice to see an Englishman going abroad and kind of taking his chances away. But we got a nice chunk of change for him, 30 million. And we're going to directly reinvest that into 3 separate players. We're playing Moneyball here. You know, we're going to directly buy a player that will give us the output that Harvey Barnes had. We've got 3 players that can work towards doing that same thing. The first one is going to be Arda Güler from Fenerbahce, 17 years old, 74 overall. A lot of talk about him recently. Really big talent. And he's, I think in real life, he's only got like a 17 million, I don't know if it's euros or pounds release clause. So a lot of teams are probably going to be sniffing around that this summer. But yeah, we've picked him up in this one. He is going to be our Harvey Barnes replacement. But we're going to play him on the right-hand side. We're going to look to bring in a new left-hand sider. Now, we've also lost quite a few other players. We've lost a right-back in Ricardo Pereira. We've lost a defensive midfielder in Wilfred Ndidi. Not quite a defensive midfielder, but a playmaker from deep. We're going to get Alex Scott from Bristol City, the young player of the year for the Championship last season. Bring him up to Leicester. He knows, he's seen the vision, the project we are building here. He's happy to join. 18 years old, 71 overall. All it took was a 2 million-ish plus Hamza Chowdhury. I think that's a very nice little deal to get such a young, creative player into our team. And that's bang. 17-year-old Arda Güler. Bang. 18-year-old Alex Scott. But we are not done there because we are going to go and get someone who, you know, he shone during the recent Under-21s World Cup, I believe it was, with his team Uruguay, which they won in the final against Italy. It is Fabrizio Diaz from Liverpool. Not the one you're thinking of. But yeah, another young player, 19 years of age. And I think it's just perfect for this rebuild we're getting. Obviously, we do still need to keep some of our older players. We can't just fill the squad up with 17, 18, 19-year-olds and expect to get promoted straight away. But we integrate them into the squad. We play well. It's what Brighton do. They integrate the players into the squad so well that you kind of just think, hey, where did Brighton get this guy from? He's blah, blah, blah from some random country. But it's the way they integrate the players, I think, is more important than finding them. Because you can find them, chuck them straight in, at the deep end, sink or swim. More often than not, they'll probably sink. But you integrate them slowly, giving them a few minutes at a time, they'll swim. I know they'll be like Michael Phelps, swimming in the deep end. But Fabio Carvalho seems to be like a duck to water the way he's swimming in the Championship, because he has got another goal for himself in this one. And I think he might be a player, maybe, where we offer James Maddison in a swap deal or something like that along the lines. Obviously, we're not always going to get transfer offers for players. They're not always going to come in, so we are going to maybe sometimes have to use swap deals. And I think if we don't get an offer for James Maddison, which we're yet to have, there's a month left in the transfer window after this game. If we don't get an offer for him, I'll look to swap him for Fabio Carvalho. Maybe I'll cancel the loan in January and try a swap deal or something like that for him. because I think that could be a really, really good deal. Fabio Carvalho, obviously, this season at Liverpool in real life, I think he scored in that 9-0 victory against Bournemouth, but I'm not really too sure how impressive he's been, if Liverpool fans have liked him, if he's played a lot. I don't think he has. I think he's been a bit of a rotational, off the bench type of player. Obviously, him and Harvey Elliott probably the two futures of that midfield kind of wing area for Liverpool. But we do concede our first goal this season. Bit of poor saving from our keeper Iverson, and he is definitely a player we're going to look to improve in these coming months. We need to bring in a goalkeeper. We need to replace Kasper Schmeichel, which was not done last season. I'm going to find a name that is... I want an experienced head in goal, basically. That's what I want. And an experienced head. James Maddison scores in the Championship. Could that be his one and only goal this season? Obviously, if we don't sell him, I'm going to play him. You know, I'm not going to just waste him on the reserves, because I think he should be sold in real life, but he wasn't in the game. You know, I'm going to play him. Yes, maybe an 84 in the Championship's not fair, but hey, if you don't get the transfer offer, you can't sell the player. As we come into this one, we're coming into the kind of fun half an hour. We've played quite well this game. Defensively, we've been a little bit shaky, but going forward, we've been very, very good this season. And a lovely finish from Tyrese Campbell does make it 3-2. But thankfully for ourselves, as we come into the final 10 minutes of this game, we are going to see out the result. Back-to-back victories, back-to-back games where we've scored 3 goals. So it seems like we might have a high-scoring season this season. As Jamie Vardy charges through on goal, shoots it across. Doesn't quite work out, but that is going to be it for the game. That is going to be it for the episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.